Ross Chastain recently made a strong statement that has sent shockwaves throughout the NASCAR industry. Chastain transformed a bad Saturday practice into a fantastic Sunday night win, one of the most memorable performances in Coca-Cola 600 ever, shocking NASCAR and its organization in the process, especially after the race. Starting from the rear of the field, he became the first driver in history to win the Coca-Cola 600, and only the second to do so in any Cup Series race since 1969, joining the legendary Bobby Allison. The drama began Saturday afternoon, when Chastain's primary number 1 Chevrolet crashed during practice, leaving his Trackhouse racing team scrambling with less than 24 hours until the green flag. What transpired next revealed the actual nature of this organization and laid the groundwork for Sunday's amazing comeback. "We thought we were going to have to fix the primary, and NASCAR said no, there is something bent, so go build another one," Chastain explained following his victory celebration, which featured his trademark watermelon-smashing custom atop his race car. That is how they accomplished it. The Trackhouse racing crew faced a huge challenge. Their backup car was not even finished. It lacked an engine and required several vital components before competing in NASCAR's most difficult race. What followed was a lesson in teamwork and effort, making this victory even more significant. Chastain himself stayed with the team until around 10 p.m. on Saturday, when Trackhouse competition director Tony Lunders was literally pushing me out saying, "Go home, go to sleep, I need you to be ready tomorrow night." While Chastain went home to recuperate, the team worked tirelessly to build the car that would eventually win NASCAR's longest race. But that was before they could even get started. They spent approximately 90 minutes working on the primary car before realizing they couldn't fix it. As we start pulling parts off, it just became more evident that there was a section of the rear frame that was bent probably beyond repair, explained Sergen, Chastain's crew chief. Then at that moment, it became a necessity to go to a backup car. Unfortunately, that was probably an hour or an hour and a half after we got to the garage and had already started working on repairing the primary car. Although it took a long time to identify, by the time we got all the parts and the car disassembled to the point where we could fully see all the damage, it was evident we needed to go back to the car. Sergen also noted that it was a total team effort in the end, with approximately 30 people arriving to assist after returning the backup car to the race shop. We had obviously all the road crew that was at the track was there. We had engine support from ECR. We had shop guys that were at concerts and ball games, and everything that just dropped what they were doing came to the shop, revealed Sergen. Like I said, probably 30 people there at 8:30 p.m. Saturday night. As the night wore on and different stages of the process kind of evolved, we sent some of those guys home, and the last of us, there were probably 8 or 10 of us that left at 2:30 a.m. last night. The first guys got back there at 5:30 a.m. But what exactly needs to be done to prepare the backup car for racing? Sergen stated that they began with a fully assembled car, but no engine. There were numerous more modifications required to prepare it for 600 miles at Charlotte, although it was only designed for a 400-mile race in Nashville. When we got there, there was certainly a ton of work to do. We put a good bit of interior in it. We changed the transaxle. We had to use the engine from the primary car that was at the racetrack. Then there's the wrap, final set on suspension, final set on the body, and then final scale and such, all those last-minute adjustments. Number of hours, it's hard to say. Like I mentioned earlier to the gentleman over there, we had 30 people working there for a while, and into the night that dwindled down to maybe 10. You know, it was a ton of man-hours in the last 36 hours that went into the car we had today. Squad owner Justin Marks was taken aback by the effort of both driver and squad as they celebrated their first win of the 2025 season. "This weekend I think was a masterclass in never giving up and grinding," said Marks. "It wasn't just the #1 team that built that car last night. It was people from all corners of the organization that said, 'I'll drop what I'm doing and drive to the shop and help,' because we've all been working so hard the last month and a half to sort of turn this team around. I stood in front of everybody at this organization the first day that I took ownership of it back at the end of 2021, and I said, you know, we have everything that we need to be successful here. We just have to work together. We have to believe in each other, and we have to fundamentally believe that we can do it, that we can go win big races and contend for championships. If we support each other and go the extra mile and do whatever it takes, then we can get there." I think this weekend was a beautiful expression of that. And I don't want to sound romantic, But I am just so unbelievably proud of everybody, because what they did this weekend was very, very, very difficult. It was truly a team win. Putting a race car together, building a race car last night, bringing it to the racetrack, starting last, making good changes, good pit stops, good strategy, and just putting it on the shoulders of our amazing race car driver, Ross Chastain, to punch it into victory lane. It's incredible. When the green flag flew Sunday evening, Chastain was in 40th place, watching 39 other cars drive into turn 1 ahead of him. Meanwhile, pole sitter Chase Briscoe led the pack for one lap before William Byron began what would turn out to be a dominant performance. Byron's dominance was unprecedented in recent Coca-Cola 600 history. The Hendrick Motorsports driver became the first to win all 3 stages of NASCAR's longest race, leading an incredible 283 of 400 laps. His performance appeared destined for victory, especially after signing a 4-year contract extension with Hendrick Motorsports only days before. For Byron, this race symbolized something very personal. As a Charlotte native, winning the Coca-Cola 600 would have been an ideal homecoming. He had placed in the top 3 in the previous 3 Coca-Cola 600s without winning, making Sunday's possibility all the more valuable. Kyle Larson entered the race, adding another twist. After crashing in the Indianapolis 500, he arrived in Charlotte via helicopter, trying to recoup from his failed double effort. Larson started strong, leading 34 of the opening 41 laps. But everything quickly fell apart. A spin on lap 43 inflicted damage, dropping him a lap behind, but his team rallied him back into contention. However, on lap 245, Larson was involved in a multi-car incident caused by contact involving Briscoe and Suarez. Larson's night was cut short by the incident, which dropped him to 37th place and prevented him from completing the entire 100-mile double. Not the day that I wanted, but huge thank you to Rick and Linda Hendrick, all of Hendrick Motorsports, Arrow McLaren, everybody involved in making the day memorable, Larson said, acknowledging that his memorable day wasn't for positive reasons, even though it was not remembered for the right reasons. As the race approached its conclusion, Denny Hamlin emerged as Byron's main rival, sharing the lead 15 times with the Charlotte driver in an exciting battle that had spectators on their feet. Hamlin led 53 laps and appeared to have enough speed to compete for the win. However, a major pit strategy misstep would cost him dearly. With 52 laps left, Byron and Hamlin pitted for their final fuel stops. However, Hamlin's crew failed to fill his number 11 Toyota with adequate fuel, forcing him to make an unscheduled pit stop with only 12 laps remaining. The error eliminated him from contention, and he finished 16th, a disappointing result. "You can't change the results, so you're going to have to live with it," Hamlin said after the race. "They're the pros. I'm not a pit guy. I tried to do everything I could. We had a great car, fun battling up front, heck of a battle there. Would have liked to have seen it through and unfortunately didn't get enough gas in it." With Hamlin out, William Byron and Ross Chastain faced off in a thrilling final duel. Byron had dominated most of the race, but Chastain, who started last in a backup car, was closing up quickly. With 6 laps remaining, Byron made a mistake at turn 4 by diving low to escape traffic. Chastain chose the high line, accelerated through the dogleg, and executed what many believe the slide job of the year to seize the lead. Byron attempted to battle back, driving hard through the last turns. But on the final lap, he scraped the wall in turn 3, lost momentum, and was unable to catch Chastain. Ross Chastain won the Coca-Cola 600 by just 0.673 seconds, leading only 8 laps, but the last 6 were crucial. "Holy cow, we just won the 600, he said, amazed after passing 2 faster cars late in the race. His celebration was classic Chastain. Standing on his number 1 Chevy, he broke a fresh watermelon from his family's farm on the track, paying tribute to his farming heritage. Laughing, he encouraged fans, "Florida in season, go smash one to celebrate." Ross Chastain won the Coca-Cola 600, his 6th Cup Series triumph and first championship. His Trackhouse racing team's hard work paid off, with several crew members even foregoing their day off to assist. Team owner Justin Marks described it as a masterful performance. But in the end, Chastain and his team staged an astounding comeback, demonstrating that persistence and collaboration can overcome anything.